Hey y'all, this is Carly, and it has been forever since I filmed a video. So I am going to do kind of a recap of where I've been and all that's been going on. So I'm not really gonna spend too much time on that in this video. In case you didn't watch the other one, because it will be a bath and body video that I talk about that on. I just got married, so I got married on June 4th. Today is June, I think, 24th or 25th. I'm not exactly sure what the date is, and I'm using my camera to film. But anyways, my empties and or not necessarily empties, but wax I've been melting have kind of gotten out of control because it's been so long since I filmed a video, and I am in a house now with my new husband. It was his house, it's now our house. So I have at least 4, and a lot of the time 5 warmers going at the same time every day that I usually change out at least once during the day and sometimes twice. So I am finding myself making it through a lot more wax, which is absolutely great because I have so much. My wax collection has gotten a little bit out of control to the point where I've considered multiple times going on a complete wax ban, which I know realistically I probably couldn't stick to. So I'm thinking about now a wax diet where I kind of restrict a lot more how much I'm allowing myself to spend on wax every month, or maybe how many orders I place, or something like that. And not, I mean, partially for financial reasons, because now that I'm married, we do have, obviously goals and things that we want to save up for, and it's not just my free spending money as much anymore. It's kind of like our money that we have more concrete goals with, and saving up for vacations and stuff like that. That's really important to me, that I want to be saving my money for. But also just because I'm starting to feel like I have more than I'm ever going to be able to use, and I certainly don't want to waste. I know that from certain vendors, wax still does really great after 6 months, a year, some of them 2 years for some vendors, but some of it doesn't do so well after 6 months, or certainly not after a year. And I've been into wax since June of last year. It's been almost exactly a year as of today, I think. So I really am starting to have some wax that's up against that year mark that I'm really trying to use up, and things like that. So, and just like for the seasons, for summer, I was buying for summer, buying for summer, buying for summer, and then trying to sit there and let it cure. And now I'm realizing that as I continue to buy summery stuff, by the time it's cured, it'll be fall. I'm already starting to think about fall and already kind of craving fall scents. And so that's kind of difficult too, because once you get it, by the time it cures, you're kind of thinking about not even using it until next year, and then it'll already be a year old. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's so much fun to buy, it's so much fun to get. I always have at least 5 orders outstanding, up to 10 or 12, both with pre-orders and ready to ship and all that kind of stuff. And I love that. It's something great to look forward to and all of that kind of thing. But I just need to cut it back a little bit for my own sanity. I had like 30 orders at least just sitting in boxes that they came in because I'd run out of storage for them, and because I haven't had time to film the hauls yet, and I haven't decided if I'll do that for every single order that I haven't had a chance to film or not, because that would be kind of overwhelming. If I have multiple orders from the same vendor, I may combine it and do like a huge, here is a haul of this vendor's orders that I've placed in the last few months, or something to that extent, just because I've been so busy that I haven't gotten to film very many hauls at all, and I've got a ton that have stacked up. So both because I hadn't had a chance to film, and because I'd run out of storage. And so I recently bought new those 3-drawer, I think they're Sterilite, I guess, bins, the clear ones with like really big drawers. I had one skinny tall one, and then I was also keeping wax in 2 huge drawers of my dresser that, now that I'm married, I actually need for clothes, for me and for my husband. So I needed storage to move that stuff into, and then I needed storage for all of the other orders that I hadn't even put away yet. So it's just kind of crazy right now. But long story short, or not too short, since it's been about 5 minutes, I'm now getting to melt through a lot more wax, which is really great, and making me not feel quite so overwhelmed by my collection, and feel like I can actually enjoy it because I have more space to melt in, rather than when I was in my apartment. I would pretty much only melt in one warmer, maybe two, so it was really hard to make it through a lot of wax, even though I changed it pretty frequently. So 5 minutes in, I'll post down below when this part is actually starting. Some of this, and I'll show y'all this box, I just transplanted it. I was keeping it in like a regional rate A box, I guess, just that an order would come into, and I recently, when I got those other bins, got a big Sterilite box for this. I'm trying to see how big this one is. These are the dimensions of it. So it's 16 quart, and you can see it's pretty well full. I just moved everything into here and then decided I had way too much stuff and needed to go ahead and film this video so that I can empty it out and start all over. So I'll try and put that where the shadow doesn't bother y'all. Some of this stuff, it's been a while since I melted it, so if I remember about it, I'll tell you about it. If I remember what warmer I melted it in, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try to go kind of quick because there's a lot here. So the first thing that I have is baked apple bread from Wilma's. I have had really good luck with Wilma's so far. This was something that I got in a swap that I did through the Kate Melts group, and this was really, really good. Now that I have a warmer in my kitchen, I've been melting a lot more bakery. This is 0.8 ounces. I know some people cut these in half. I did not. I just popped the whole thing in a Glade warmer, and it was really good. It's kind of more of a fall scent maybe for some people, but I really enjoyed it just as a bakery scent in the kitchen. So that one did well. The next one that I have, this is also from Wilma's. This is just sugar cookie. I believe that I melted this one when I had a little bit of a cold. It wasn't feeling super well. I melted it at night again in the kitchen, and I couldn't smell it that well, but when my husband came in from work the next morning, he said that it smelled really, really good in there and could still smell it. So I believe that this one did well. It's just kind of your basic sugar cookie scent. I found that a lot of Wilma's scents are kind of one scent note, which at first I wasn't that interested in the company just because I like more complex blends a lot, but her waxes performed really well, and sometimes it's nice just to have a single scent note, especially for bakery, and just it's kind of nice. So this one, I melted the other half of this scent shot today. This is in Mbop, and this is from last September, so this is part of what I'm trying to use up. This is from Candy Panda. This is Fruit Loops and something, I believe, and blackberry or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I melted this in the bedroom. Again, something with my nose today. I haven't really been able to smell much of anything, but my husband said that it smelled really, really good. So unfortunately, I can't tell y'all exactly how this did as far as throw or whatever, but this is from a cereal sampler that I got, and everything that I've had in it previously has performed really well. So I'm sure that this one did too. But I know that they've switched to a new size of scent shots now, so this is 1.5 ounces, and I just used half of that. I'm trying to get through some empties first. They're not all empties. This one is the Dirty Pineapple from Bento Wax Co. This is Dirty Lush Type, which I believe is some version of mint, pineapple, and papaya. Ever since I started using an entire sushi roll every time that I melted bento, like someone suggested on this channel, I've gotten great performance. So I would say this was probably a high medium throw, and I'm pretty sure I melted this one in the living room, but I know that I melted the whole sushi roll and it did really well. So I know that it looks kind of big to put in a Glade or a Mainstays warmer, but I used to only melt half and didn't get good performance, but with the entire roll I get great performance. So might want to try that out from Bento. The next one is Merry Happy. This is also from, this doesn't have the date on it because I just recently did that for these, but this was from the same order as the cereal one, so last September, trying to use these up, and this one is Key Lime Pie Tea and Cakes, and I believe I cut this in half and melted both halves of it in the living room because I have two warmers in there. I've described before, I have a living room that's kind of connected to what is really a dining room, but we use it as a piano room, and so I have one warmer in the actual living room and one in the piano room to kind of scent that whole area. So I believe that this one did well, but I melted it a really long time ago, so I know it smells really good. I definitely like the way that one smells. This is Little Drummer Boy, again from Candy Panda. I melted half of this in the kitchen because it is a bakery scent. I don't have the scent note on it, but it's some type of like cinnamon sugar bakery note. So this one is really, really good. I would say it was maybe a medium throw in the kitchen, but it's really nice. It's a scent that I have from Christmas, but it's just a really good bakery scent. This is, let's see, from the Scented Squirrel. This is Utopia, which is rosemary, mint, and vanilla sandalwood. This one smells great on cold, and it's from, I'm sorry if I'm like making y'all dizzy turning this stuff all around in front of the camera. I'm trying to make it to where you can see everything, but this one is from September of 16. It smells great on cold. I did not get great throw from this. I would say it was a light throw. Between light, maybe a light medium, but I was kind of disappointed because it smells really good on cold. I get a lot of the rosemary mint and then just a little bit of the vanilla sandalwood part, but not great throw from that one. I may try it in a different warmer when I melt the other half. Let's see. This one is from Sweet Wagon Scents. This was a little macaroon and princess bubblegum. This is pink sugar gumdrops and Luscious Snow Fairy. Luscious Snow Fairy is not my favorite thing. It's kind of like a really sweet cotton candy bubblegummy scent, but I melted this one in the bedroom. I would say it was, you know, when I first started melting it, I couldn't smell it at all, but I left the room and came back a few hours later wanting to change it, and I didn't because at that point it smelled really good and really strong. So I would say at the peak of this one, it was a high medium. When it was first melting, it was light. Like I could barely smell it at all, and then the more that it warmed, I would say it got up to a high medium. So this one actually did pretty well. It's not my favorite scent overall, but it did perform well, and I really, really enjoy Sweet Wagon scents overall. This one is Fluffy White Clouds. This is a combination of fluffy and white angel food cake, buttercream frosting, and marshmallows. This is from October. I don't know what else I'm trying to find on here, but again, from Sweet Wagon Scents, if I didn't already say that. I actually don't remember melting this one, and I apologize. I know that it smelled really, really good on cold, and I was excited to melt it, but I don't remember how that was melting, unfortunately. This next one is a sample from Super Tarts and 28 Days Later. I'm not sure what the scent notes are, but this was kind of a fall bakery scent. I melted it in my kitchen, and it did really well. So if you like bakery, I know that my mom got that one in a clamshell because she really likes bakery blends, and I've gotten her hooked on Super Tarts, so would definitely recommend if you like fall bakery. This is still from the Advent calendar. I have so much still from the Advent calendar that I haven't melted through just because I'm kind of waiting for fall and winter to come back around, and I've heard that Super Tarts kind of will last the distance, you know, like it's not going to go bad in that amount of time. But I got a Bam Bag and Frosty, so I used my last little piece that I'd been hoarding of Twisted Peppermint Sugar Milk. It was when I had a cold, so it was not super strong to me in the bedroom, but again, my husband said that it was really good and that it was strong in his opinion. So I love this blend though. It smells like the Twisted Peppermint is like the Bath and Body Works scent, I think, and then with sugar milk makes it a little bit creamier. It is fabulous, in my opinion. I have, again, from Wilma's, this is Blackberry Jam Butter Cookie. I just melted, or actually, I think I melted 2 cubes. Yeah, I melted 2 cubes of this in the kitchen, and it did really well. Kind of a basic scent, but it was nice. I enjoyed it. I would say it was a medium, probably. Let's see. This is from Razzle Dazzle Wax and Spiced Apples. Obviously, this is pretty much a true fall scent, but I just melted some of this in our dog room. We have a room where the dogs' crates are, where they stay if we're away for a few hours or whatever that we consider to be the, quote, dog room, I guess. So I melted this in there, and it did really well. I think it's actually still melting in there, so it's just a really nice spicy apple fall scent if you like that kind of thing. Trying to decide what I want to go to next. I kind of have little sections in here. Alright, this is from L3. This is Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, which is Bear Claws, Almond, and Amaretto. As y'all know, I have not had great luck in the past with L3, but I've only ever placed one order, and it's these huge chunks, which I've heard are not their best performers. I've heard that these scuba bowls and the bakery bags do a ton better, so I am still planning on trying them out in those other formats at some point. However, and this looks like an absolute mess, which I apologize for that, but hopefully you can kind of see this was a huge chunk. Like, it was filling up this bag, and in the past I was cutting that into fourths, which I now think was way too much and might have been why I didn't get great throw. So I cut this one into sixths and put a sixth of it in my kitchen warmer, and it actually did really well. I would say it was at least a medium, maybe a high medium, and you really got that amaretto. It was kind of a really like fall boozy bakery scent, so I really enjoyed this one, and I am excited to try different formats from L3 and see if I get better performance. Let's see. This is from Rocket's Candle Co. and Pink Cookie, which I think is just like a pink sugar cookie scent. I put, gosh, this is kind of a mess too. I think I'd cut this into 6, so I put a 6 in my bedroom warmer right before I started filming this, so it smells great on cold, but unfortunately I can't tell y'all how it will do warmed because I don't think it's melted all the way yet, and I can't smell it, unfortunately, but it smells great on cold. I haven't melted too much Rockets yet, so I need to start melting through the one order that I've placed from them. Let's see, this is from Super Tarts, a Bam Bag in Beauty and the Beast, which is sweet blackberries and magically delicious. I had melted this previously and got fabulous throw from it, a perfect blend of blackberry and super sweet marshmallow. However, we watched Beauty and the Beast one night, last week, I guess, and I put this in both of the living room warmers, and it wasn't super strong to me. It was maybe a medium, I would say, so I don't know. I mean, there's all different size chunks in here you can see, so I don't know if it was the size of chunks I used or what, but it wasn't great performance this time, but I have gotten really good performance from it in the past, so I'm thinking it was kind of just a fluke, but I absolutely love this scent overall. Really, really good. This is another Super Tarts Bam Bag in 90210. This is Peachy Coconut Smoothie, Cotton Candy, and Seaside, which I'm not sure exactly what Seaside is, but it is super fresh. So I put 2 cubes of this, 1 each in each of the living room warmers, and this just about blew us out of the house. This was super duper strong, very, very fresh, super beachy. You can get that fruity kind of like peach coconut, but this is mainly a fresh scent to my nose. It was very, very fresh, very beachy, and I really, really enjoyed it. That one is perfect for summer. I have another Super Tarts Bam Bag and Harry's Holiday. This is Harry French Baguette and Blue Sugar Crystals. I'm not sure what Harry is on its own, unfortunately, but this is really good. I wasn't sure if I would like this because that blue sugar isn't something that I always love, but it's just a little bit of a, I don't know how to describe it. I don't even want to say masculine because it's not really, to me it has too much sweetness in it to really be considered masculine, but I don't know, and with that baguette, with that bready note, it is so, so good. I'm just sniffing it here on cold to see if I can give y'all a better description of it, but melting, it just totally transforms. I mean, it's an amazing blend. I wasn't sure if I would like it, so if you like bakery at all, and if you can tolerate blue sugar, I would definitely try this one because you may end up loving it. I took a chance on it, and I love it. This is, let's see, Never Smile at a Crocodile, but it's from Chloe and Me. The actual scent is Island Gain, and this is from one of her like themed boxes, I guess. This one was Neverland. This was so good. This was an alligator, and I melted half of it, so I guess the tail part of it, and it was so strong and so good. I melted it in the bedroom, and my husband came in at some point and asked what that amazing smell was. He said it was so, so good, and he usually doesn't comment on the wax unless I specifically ask him about it, but he said over and over how great this scent was. It lasted all day long. It was really strong. It is a little bit laundry, obviously, because it's Island Gain, but it was mainly just like a sweet, fruity, just little bit laundry. So, so good. Definitely one of my favorites. I would for sure order that from Chloe and Me again if I could. Let's see, I have quite a bit of VCS. So this is Gilligans Island, Fresh Pineapple, and Bahama Fizz type. I melted, I think, 1 cube of this in the bedroom at some point, and I would say it was a medium throw. I absolutely love this scent, so the scent is amazing, but the throw was about a medium, I would say, which is pretty good from VCS for me. This is Beach Bombshell. This is Bright Citrus, Coconut Lotion, and Sea Salt. I melted 1 piece each in the 2 living room warmers. This one actually did really well. I would say this one was a high medium maybe, and this was super duper beachy. You really got like that coconut lotion and the sea salt, so this is a really great beachy scent. I still wished, as I usually do, that it was a little bit stronger. I wish that, you know, it kind of had been that kind of blow you out of the house strong because it's such a good scent, but it did perform well in my opinion. This is Day Tripper, again from VCS. This is Marshmallow Jelly Filled Zucchini Donut, Marshmallow Birthday Cake, Vanilla Bean Noel. I melted 2 pieces of this in the living room warmers, and it was maybe a medium or a light medium. A lot of her bakery scents I get kind of a medium or a light medium from, but it does smell really, really good, and that jelly really comes out. It's a nice like jelly bakery scent, so I enjoyed that one. This is Lancelot One of You, which is a vanilla lace type from BCS. I melted 1 piece of this in the living room, and it was really nice. This was actually, it was a medium, but it was a strong medium, and since it was in the bedroom, it was just right. It was a really nice, that vanilla lace is a Victoria's Secret dupe, so it was just a nice kind of sexy vanilla yummy scent. I melted this at night last night. It was really good. When my husband came in from work this morning, he said it still smelled amazing in here. So that is what I like to hear. This is State Favor from BCS, funnel cake topped with powdered sugar and strawberries. You can see that this got kind of discolored where it was sitting when, I guess when I was moving into the house and where it sat while we were gone on our honeymoon. It had a little bit of sun on it that was peeking through the blinds that I didn't realize where a little box of my wax was sitting. So this did get, unfortunately, kind of discolored, so I went ahead and cut it up, and I am trying to immediately use it in case any of the scent was lost from it sitting in the sun a little bit. So I just put a piece of this on in the kitchen. It smelled really strong still on cold, so I'm hoping that it is doing well in there, but I haven't been back in there to smell it, unfortunately, before I started filming this. But all of her strawberry scents I get really good throw from. So there were 3 roses that got a little bit discolored from the sun, so this is another one of them. You can see just a little bit in Ziegfeld Follies, which is Mulberry Pomegranate. So the same thing with this. I went ahead and cut it up, and I have 2 pieces going in the living room warmers. And again, I haven't been back in there to see how it was doing, but this one was super duper strong on cold, so I'm hoping that it is doing well in there when I go back in there after this video. Let's see. I have cocoa cakes from Candy Panda, and this one, I used to just stick these little things on here, so I don't do that anymore, but this is coconut tea and cakes, and this one I cut in half and put in each of the living room warmers, and this one did really well. I would say a high medium, and it was a really nice creamy coconut tea and cake scent. Need to go quicker before I run out of space on my camera. This is Almond Pear Honey Birthday Cake from Rose Girls. I melted probably half of a chunk about this size in my kitchen today, and I would say it was a high medium. It did really well. I'm not a huge fan of honey, but you get more of that fresh pear and then a little bit of that kind of honey bakery scent, so that one was good. My husband really liked it. I was melting through some of this sampler that I have from a long time ago from the Scented Squirrel. This is Amish Friendship Bread, which is fresh baked bread, raisin, nuts, and strawberries. This was really, really good. Again, I would say a high medium. Probably it was a really nice sweet bakery. That strawberry was a little bit unexpected, but it made it really, really good. And this was a bundt cake shape, and it got pretty busted up when I cut it, but I think I melted like a fourth of it maybe in the kitchen. This next one, again from the Scented Squirrel, this is Oatmeal Raisin Cookie, which is cinnamon, clove, orange, oatmeal, and raisins. On cold, I could not smell this at all. This is from October. I kept thinking cure it longer, and it'll do better. And still, right up until the day I melted it on cold, I got no scent at all. But when I melted this, it was amazing. It was at least a high medium, if not a high scent throw from this one. Just a fourth of this bundt in my kitchen warmer. So I was very impressed, and this was an amazing, just slightly spicy bakery scent. That was really, really good. So that one definitely surprised me. And then the last one that I melted from that sampler, again from the Scented Squirrel, you can see this stuff is kind of old and these labels are getting a little bit worn, but this is Maple Glazed Cinnamon Buns, which is buttery cinnamon laced yeast rolls topped with maple and sugary icing. And this one was really good. We actually baked cinnamon rolls the morning when I had this going, so it just kind of continued that scent and made it smell like cinnamon rolls all day, which was really, really nice. Let's see, I guess I'll do clamshells next. This is Ma from Super Tarts, honeydew melon, chamomile, and strawberry. 2 cubes in the living room warmers. This was super strong. This was almost too strong. I probably could have melted 1 cube in that whole area, and I'm sure it would have done great because this was so, so strong. But you definitely get the honeydew, you get the chamomile, really nice scent. Born to Lose from Moonbeams Wax Melts. I'm not sure what the scent description is, but I melted 1 cube of this in my bedroom. This is from December of last year, and this was so good. I turned the warmer off and on several times, and this one was still going, and it still smelled so good. It was a fruity, almost a little bit of a boozy scent, but I'm not sure what the scent notes are, but it smelled really, really good. I have Emily from Super Tarts. This is Rainbow Sherbet, Crisp Mac Apples, and Chlorine. 1 cube each in the living room warmers. This was really strong. Again, that really tangy sherbet. You got the apple, and definitely that chlorine came through. It just smelled like a summer pool day. Really, really nice. I have Good Witch from Super Tarts, which is magically delicious, and White Clouds. 1 cube of this in the bedroom warmer, and this was so good. Just a really sweet, light laundry scent. Really, really nice. I kind of wish I had have gotten that one in a BAM bag, but I would definitely get it in clamshells again. This is Ellen from Super Tarts, which is Pink Sugar and Jaws. Jaws is Sea Salt, Fresh Air, Seagrass, Sliced Plum, and Sweet Pear. This one was amazing. 1 cube each in the living room warmers. Yesterday, when it was pouring down rain, this was so fresh. I got equal parts Jaws and that Pink Sugar, and it was so, so good. So if you like Jaws and you like Pink Sugar, definitely grab this one, because I get them in equal parts, and it was really good. I have Peppermint Vanilla Dream. This is my first melt from Barrett Wax Crafts. I did 1 cube of this in the bedroom. My husband said it smelled amazing. Unfortunately, again, this was while I wasn't feeling that well. My nose was a little bit stuffed up, so I didn't really smell it when I melted this one at night, but he said it was a really nice creamy peppermint scent, and I look forward to melting this one again when I'll be able to smell it better, hopefully. I have from the Melting Duck, Shake Your Tail Feathers. This is Serendipity, Sugar Milk, Toasted Marshmallow, and Vanilla Ice Cream. I melted 1 piece each in the living room warmers. And this one I would say was a medium. It wasn't, I kind of wanted more from it. It wasn't super strong, but it's a really nice, kind of sweet, creamy Serendipity scent, which Serendipity, oh, I can't remember what it is. I know it has like cherry and coconut and some other stuff, but I love Serendipity. This is kind of a creamy, really sweet version of it, but wasn't super strong, but we'll see. It'll keep curing, so we'll see how it does. From Rose Girls, I have Game Over. This is Satsuma, Strawberry, Raspberry, Hurricane Daiquiri, and Ice Cream. I melted this one today. My nose was being weird today. Again, I melted like a half of a cube each in the living room warmers. Again, my husband said it was really strong. He thought it was great. I could not smell it all that well, so I had a wisdom tooth removed this past week, and I've just been like a little bit stopped up all week, like my sinuses and stuff after that, so I think it's affecting my ability to smell just a little bit this week. It's almost like I have a little bit of a cold, but he said it was great, so I'm looking forward to melting that one again soon. I have Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows from Rose Girls. This is Mango, Lollipops, and Strawberry, Raspberry, Guava. Melted this in the living room warmers. It was super strong, mainly on that Strawberry, Raspberry, Guava. Really, really good summery scent. And the last one, right before I run out of space on my camera, is PD Colada from Rose Girls. Lemon, Poppy Seed, Pina Colada, and Smoothie. So, so good. This was incredible. One of my favorite melts from this melt box. Such a creamy, coconutty, sweet lemon scent. So, so, so good. Definitely would recommend this one. So, that is my most recent melts. I would say that probably covered a span of 3 weeks to a month. It's been a while, but part of that I was gone for my honeymoon, and part of that I was moving, and part of that was the wedding. So most of this is from like the last week and a half, but it does span to way back before that. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please leave any questions or comments down below, and I will see you soon in another video. Thanks guys. Bye.